Okay, good morning, everyone. So it's a party time coming. I'm going to briefly summarize the Outlook competition. Is still okay. I'm going to briefly summarize the results of our Outlook competition, and I'll just briefly touch the methods we use to rank the predictions. So Andrei has already introduced the experiment that we have been doing for the last 2 years. Last year we had 61 participants, and we had to decide who gave the best predictions of the ice minimum shape, of the ice minimum area, and the date. And the most difficult part was, of course, to summarize the shapes, because all other predictions have the numbers, so it's very easy to compare. But when you have a shape, how you can compare shapes? You need to come up with some objective method. These are all the predictions shown in different colors. The black contour shows the CS minimum 2013, and as you can see, in last year this CS minimum has very particular, very peculiar peninsula in the East Siberian Laptev Sea, and some of the predictions we were lucky enough, or I don't know, experienced enough to predict this formation. So last year we definitely had good predictions. We were not so lucky this year. Most of the predictions missed. Unfortunately, we don't have 2014 CS minimum. They didn't reproduce any features, any major features of the, not major, but small features, small scale features of the CSH minimum. Okay, so last year I introduced 4 methodologies that I suggest could be used for CIS model validation. They would help to estimate the skill of the models, and Andrei suggested to use these methodologies to rank Outlook predictions this year. I don't have time to go through these methods, of course, but briefly, these are statistically based methods, and this is very widely used in the CIS validation methods. And these two are topological methods. They're widely used in the object recognition field. All right, so we used all these 4 different methods for the Outlook predictions, and we rank predictions based on the numbers that we got from these methods. And here, the best predictions based on different methodologies. There is some disagreement, of course, across the predictions, and I wouldn't expect agreement because these methodologies are different. But on the second point that I would like to make is that most of the predictions had very tiny difference between their rankings. So they're very, very close. And this slide, the magenta line is observed CIS minimum, and the colored thin lines are best predictions based on these methods. The second place. Again, we have 4 different methods. Magenta line is our CS minimum. And now we see some consistency. Lenovo predictions was picked by modified Hausdorff distance here, and it was picked by root mean square deviation metric here. So we start seeing some winners. And the third place, again we see more consistency. Again, Lenovo was picked by another metric. And I think close was earlier picked by some other metric. And these are all rankings of all predictions of all 61 participants, but based on the modified Hausdorff distance method. So why I picked modified Hausdorff distance, it's a long story. And if you have questions, I would be happy to explain why I prefer MHD. But the short story, because it gave the best result for steel mic. I'm kidding. Okay, so you can find your name here. The ranking is here, and the scores are on the right side of your name. All right, and now the winners. So Andrei is going to announce the winners.
Don't worry, it's not everybody. Okay. If I may just say, before you start showing the winners, we brought some presents for the winners. And I just want to introduce our presents. So now we have walked downtown all week, showing off as a famous winner. And for the not so, but still famous winners, we have keychains.
Okay, the winners are Maria Luneva. So, actually, we have 6 winners in this competition. This so, if you want some instructions how to do this, please ask our experts.
I don't know, intuition, probably, experience.
Maria is a mathematician, so it's not surprisingly that she did this very well. Okay, so we have actually 6 winners for shape of CI16. So the second winner is Sally. Is she here? So Sally's accomplishment is surprising because she won in all competitions.
Good.
Excellent mentoring. Excellent mentoring.
Okay.
Sally.
Next one is Mio Kwon. Congratulations! Excellent results from country which is beyond Arctic Circle. Mary Louise Timmermans. Mary Louise knows everything about Pacific water. So, did it help?
No, I'm sitting next to Maria.
Excellent. And one more winner is Renske. And I have to open another secret. She also won in all 3 competitions. So, congratulations. And Matthew?
Wait a second.
Yes.
No, you-
Thank you. Okay, next competition. This is people independently on their shape of CI16 distribution predicted area of CI16. And we also have 6 winners because they are very close. For example, minimum of CI16 area was about 5 million square kilometers, but their errors were just 0.05 million square kilometers. So it was practically 0 errors. And we have 6 people who did this very well. So Eric, Paul Eric. Is he here?
I've seen him.
Okay. Jim Carton. Jim. No. Sally, close. So Sally, you will be better sitting here. You will have a collection of T-shirts.
Yeah. You want to thank another mentor? You have to take your T-shirt.
Okay, Yanni, Dean. Okay. Dustin, Carol. I'm sorry. And Rensky again. And you have to sit here because to save time. Okay, now we have 12 people who won in this competition of the date of sea ice minimum. I would say it was not difficult because it's just 1 week a deviation of this. But still, these people won very important competition. And this is Gennady Chipurin. Sally, come here, please, one more time.
No, I'm sorry.
It's not a T-shirt.
It's not a T-shirt, but you can probably attach them or something.
Bess Curry. Shani.
Surprise, surprise.
Shani. Congratulations.
Not to lose your car keys anymore.
Nathan.
What is this?
How did you do this? Thank you. And Rensky? Dustin?
Dustin.
Mike Steele. Nadia Steiner. She's not here. Mitchell. Bill Williams, he is not here. Gulik Castellani, she's not here. So, absolute winners are Sally and Rensky. One more congratulations to you. So you can see that you can get something for these predictions for the next year. So I encourage you to carefully think about this and fill all information in these brochures. Okay.
When you draw your minimum CIS age contours, think about the Canadian Arctic archipelago, because from the last year I had to chop 99% people didn't draw the minimum CIS age along the Canadian Arctic archipelago. So to make it even, I had to chop the predictions which had CIS. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Probably we need to show on the map. the CIS minimum for 2014 had a very distinct CIS minimum along Canadian archipelago, and most people miss this.
Okay, so you can see there are some, let's say, Paulinis here, and people just draw lines like this and do not take into account this area. So we would like to have closed contours with your predictions. So just to show how much sea ice, ice extent in this strait. That's it. Now we are moving to real sea ice science session. Yes, Mitch?
What observations do you use for
Excuse me?
What observations do you use for
This is from National Snow and Ice Data. Yeah, we just take contours from their map of sea ice minimum. Okay, Andrew Roberts. It's your time.
Okay. Now for some real science. Stop
Yes.
the guessing games. And I would like to welcome Pam Posey.
Oh, so you will leave and Andrew will take notes? Okay. Okay, Pam, please.